This is it then, the final game here at Old Leamingtonians Rugby Club in Royal Leamington Spa. It is the Men's Division 1 Cup Final, and it's a repeat of the women's contest. It's the Scorpions taking on the Nottingham Hoods. It's been plain sailing for Nottingham all the way through to the final. Their closest challenge came in the semis, but in reality, they were already chasing the game. It was a drop-off victory in the other semi-final. Old Wesley defeated by this Scorpion side. I'm delighted to be joined by Dom Tripp, who has just coached the women's side through to the title. Dom, can the men do the same?
Well, we'll find out shortly. I think it's going to be a hell of a game in front of us, exactly the same as the women's. I feel very young and upcoming Nottingham Hoods club, both in women's and men's, and I feel the Scorpions have got a little bit more experience in terms of international caps, so it's going to be a real good battle between the old guard and the new guard.
It will be the Scorpions in the grey and dark green, playing from right to left in the first half, up against the all-vibrant green of Nottingham. And what a break it is to get things underway from James O'Donnell.
Love the intent that's come straight from the offset. I mean, a grand final, they've been playing obviously a lot of touch all day at a lot of high speed. And that just is a glimpse of what's to come, because that's a very fast start from Scorpions and a great response by Nottingham.
This is the final that people think we should have. Both sides flawless in the group stage. Old Wesley, who brought a really strong side today, unlucky not to make it through. Ooh. What a take out wide. But did Tom Smith get it down?
I think he has. It's been given there on the edge.
The referee say yes. What a ball over the top.
Lovely little sort of doggies where they're pulling the links nice and wide, picking up, going against the grain, open side, making that winger make a read. And here we go, little fumble, almost. And yeah, that's pretty close. Would have loved another angle on that one.
Just gets away from Theo Oxford, which is much easier said than done. But how will this young Nottingham side respond? They've got their young pod out in the centre. It was christened by Chris Simon.
Young team, but what a team. I mean, Ollie Simon has just gone from strength to strength in the last few years. Had the pleasure of playing against him a couple of times, and he's very elusive, quick on his feet, reads the game really well for someone so young. He's got an amazing touch IQ, so excited to see how they respond here.
Gallagher's caught by Sean O'Sullivan, but here is Simon.
Again, shaping up, seeing what they're doing, a little splitter play and see where they're going to go.
Gallagher goes himself.
Love that little hesitation as well. He's kind of like looking like he might be passing the ball, asking questions, sending off kind of what we'd call fake cues, and asking some good questions of the middle defence immediately.
Mellor takes the touch. Simon feeds Gallagher. Wide pass, plenty of space out there. Pop back inside. Great defence by the Scorpions.
It's great. In terms of system, it's really similar to how the Scorps attacked, like looking like they're going to go direct. Nottingham probably had a couple more strikes direct before, looking a bit more expansive and going over the top. But what a release there by Harry Richards and one of the Westerns on the wing. I don't know which one it is. But here we go. Scorpions are really pulling the strings coming out the box here. Nottingham looking in pretty good shape.
What a pick-up, though. And this could spell trouble for Nottingham.
Yeah, that's comfy. Comfortable defence there. I feel, again, not really getting to the 7. And again, it's a good driving set, but Nottingham just like really nice shape. Would love to see the winger just taking a couple more steps up and looking at that. You know, really giving a long option or not really hitting link. Oh, but this could be a potential costly mistake for Nottingham and an opportunity for Scorpions.
Well, it's rare in a final like this, you're gifted possession.
Yes, I mean, particularly in all touch and elite level touch, it really is an attritional game of who can kind of go the distance and make fewer mistakes and get more shots on the line. And at the moment, Nottingham have just given Scorps this first kind of like opportunity to go 2 up. Although obviously it's a long game, and the Nottingham defence is looking so like that's.
What a ball inside!
Literally, I'm saying the Nottingham defence is looking really calm. That's an excellent response there.
Well, it was going to have to be something special to break down Nottingham there. They were so well set.
Here we go. So we've got like an out ball to Shitara, big left foot, whack over the top and a tap back. I mean, to be fair, that's really elite level top end touch, because you're asking really big questions of the attack. The attacker responding, the defence having to chase out. This is a great start to the game.
Well, what a start. And try for Mark Galbraith, that's the second of the game already.
Here we go, as we get Sam Dixon on the ball. Dangerous
Dixon's
player.
away from 2, back inside! Dixon's done it!
Surely not. Sam Dixon is one of the best up-and-coming players at the moment. I mean, he's so elusive on his feet. Obviously, bronze medalist at the World Cup. Not just great on his feet, but a great ball as well. So he is definitely one of the danger players for Nottingham.
That's a good set of defence from the Scorpions.
Here we go. And in the engine room, we got Clark Hobson, number 23. I mean, he has been the heart of this team and a lot of teams that he plays in. He's a great person, one of those team players who you just want to have in your time, on your side and in your box, kind of bringing that energy. So again, a good mixture of a bit of like experience through Dan Powers making the touch as fifth comes in. Tom Hardiman looks to go on the short side.
Oh, it's good hands, but the final pass is off target, and we will have a reset for
it's
Nottingham.
It's good. I mean, Nottingham have, again, the defensive shape on the transition from the Scorpion, like Nottingham are presenting really good shapes. They're a very smart side. This is going to be a hell of a game for the next 40 minutes because I think there's some very smart players out there, none of which, obviously, Dan Powell and, I'd say, again, it's
another unforced error inside the Nottingham hood half.
Yeah, and that's, again, what we saw in the last one. Even though the defence from Nottingham is looking really actually quite comfortable, there's been some good attack by Scorpions. But the defence looks comfortable. But if you give a team shots on your line at this level, that's going to cost you, as it did last time. So it'll be interesting to see if Nottingham can get a small win and sort of hold the Scorps out here. As Scorps look to run a sweeper on the 7. Alex Weston coming around.
Weston goes for the line, but is successful as well. And
I think the referee call was just short of the line there. So roll ball looked on the 7. Love to see the replay. So here we go. You got Alex Weston, Tom Hardiman over the ball. Jake comes up and makes the touch. Does he make the line? Looks like he... I mean, that's a fair call from the ref at this speed.
That is a close one. Jacob Rigby just not back in time. Now it's Nottingham's opportunity to respond, and they really need a try here, Dan, just to settle things a little bit. They can't let this final get away from them.
No, as they're going back to that middle splitter platform.
Simon, he's almost through.
Look at the speed of that release. I mean, I'd love to see where that would have ended up if there wasn't someone in the lane. I think it was Gus, but again...
Slapped down by Augustine McMahon.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. They've looked onto that mid splitter play, and it looks like it's asking some good questions. We'd love to see if we can get them to convert as they come down this way for a link quickie.
Simon, Melha, caught between two defenders.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's good. I mean, they're moving them laterally, so they've asked like a good open side, like rip from Ollie Simon, getting Mellor to find the line on a link quick as they come back to the splitter platform.
Simon, Gallagher on the inside. How close was he to getting over there? Another big touch from Augustine McMahon.
Again, good questions being asked. I'd love to see Nottingham kind of go through with low hands towards the line. As here we go, see what they come off in terms of their sequence and attack. But that fifth play, really want Nottingham to have a strike up there with something. So now they're going to have to create a little bit of magic from nothing.
Oxford caught on the wing, and it's a turnover for the Scorpions.
Yeah, I mean, as a Nottingham player and a Nottingham fan watching this, you'd tricky 5 minutes. I think 6 minutes into this game is just. I think they've given Scorpions a few opportunities. I mean, Scorps have capitalised on 2 mistakes from Nottingham, and they've had a tap off. So, we'd love to see sort of Nottingham start to go through their progressions off that splitter platform, ask a few more questions. I think we got a little hint of that as Ollie Simon looks to wind up. But yeah, so it's a good. I'll tell you what, it's a smart start to the game from both sides.
It's just a more clinical one from the Scorpions, and 3 tries is already a bit of a hill for them to climb. 4 could be disastrous. But they don't know what's gone on there. A little mix-up between the players, and it's gone to ground.
Yeah, good change of possession there from Nottingham as they go 1-1 away from their box. See if they look to centralise, take the space. Again, it's good eyes up touch. It's good play from both sides to begin with. As Nottingham take the box towards the box. I think if that's 3rd or 4th, I've completely lost count. I don't know how the refs do it all the time.
It's a good change of pace though, and Powell making good yards.
Here we go, 5th platform. This is who you want at half. You want Dixon picking up.
Here goes Dixon. The commentator's curse has struck.
That has, sorry Sam, if you watch this back, that's my bad. I'll take that one. But again, what I like to see from both sides is a quick change of possession. Scorps running pretty direct. Again, slightly different styles of play. I feel like Nottingham have been quite expansive, taking a lot of space in their driving. Scorps running quite direct. As we look towards what happens on the 5th platform here, as you get Alex Weston picking up from half 4 and 3.
Weston, missed pass over the top, well held, and he just skips on the inside. Charlie Thompson.
Fair play. I mean, I don't want to give him too much credit here, but Alex Weston picks up. He's very jinky in his upper body. He looks like he just kind of gives a bit of a fake cue, opens up. Would love to see that Nottingham winger just taking a few more steps forward and kind of like taking player and ball there, but great pass and great finish from Charlie.
Well, the final at the moment is only going one way. Scorpions are up by 4 unanswered tries. 8 minutes gone. Still time, though, for Nottingham to get back into this contest. But, Dom, it's just been such an impressive performance from the Scorpions.
Yeah, I'd love to see what the change-up might be here from Nottingham, because they've hit that splitter platform.
Lewis went wide. Good read by the Scorpions again.
Yes, Harry Richards on the release. I feel like they just need to think about what they need to do to ask a few more questions, whether they stick on splitter and they start to go through a few more progressions, whether they change the kind of shape in terms of how they're looking to attack or move the point of attack Nottingham here. But yeah, very intrigued to see kind of like what messages are going to start coming from the box.
Pace on the ball from Shintaro Moriyama.
Yeah, so Nottingham and Scorpions kind of taking that, looking one away, not coming to the box too early. But actually, it's great pressure here from Nottingham as they keep Scorpions in their own 10 on third touch. Caused a little bit of confusion as Scorps have now only got one coming out the box. This is where you want to be in defence. Again, this could be a big game changer if they don't roll here. Hold. Jimmy O'Donnell, I mean, he's a dangerous player when he comes out from half. But again, good. Oh, no.
A penalty after a fantastic defensive set from Nottingham.
Again, I feel Scorps have just in terms of kind of an objective point of view, that's the sort of third or fourth sort of either mistake or penalty repeat set that Scorps have had on the line. And like we said at the start, a repeat set at this level costs you. So it'll be interesting to see what sort Scorps bring out the boxes.
Diving quickly over there at the first time of asking is James O'Donnell. But I don't think he's gone down too comfortably there. Regardless, no try given at the moment.
Yeah, Irish Men's Open player, absolute superstar at the moment, was a standout. Obviously as a teammate, I'd say that, but standout at Nationals, but sharp in terms of his ability to run, to dive,
Here's
and to pass.
O'Donnell again going short.
Great save.
What a touch by Jared Lewis.
Again, good work from Jared, really good position, because I feel he's wide enough there that he can watch the against the grain play in terms of the half picking up and not feeding it, but he's taking good risk on as they get a doggies coming around. And
back
they're looking
to the short side they go.
And
over the top, surely the third, fourth, fifth try on the bounce, and this time Harry Richards has it.
And I'll tell you what, where do you place your protection there? Because you've got Jimmy O'Donnell coming around, absolute electric, and you've got Charlie Thompson on that two-step, which is, again, one of the best left-to-right distributors that we've got. And, geez, that's hard to defend.
10 minutes in, 5 tries down. Nottingham have to create something, and they have to do it soon.
They do, here we go. So again, as we're getting down to the line, they've run this splitter shape, they've been looking right to left. Let's see what they bring here, because this is where you start to get some coaching calls, and looking like they're going to run a link sweeper there with Sam Dixon, which I really like as a change-up.
Gallagher goes alone, but is caught by Sean O'Sullivan.
Here we go. This is the first kind of like break here for Nottingham as they've got a penalty on the Scorpions line. It'll be interesting as they look to run that link sweeper, change the shape, and let's see if they can capitalise on this. As we said, elite touch. Mistakes like that tend to cost you scores.
Gallagher. Simon. Well, he's got a man to his left and he finds him. Oh, stepping inside and out and just going himself.
There it is.
Beautiful finish. And he loves that little flick for the celebration as well. Sam Dixon has the breakthrough for Nottingham.
What a finish. I mean, he's come around real early. He's asked questions at the saver. So, again, great work from Dicko sort of coming around. Oh, this is not the replay that we were hoping for. But let's see if this is the one. Here we go. Nice and early. Makes Tom Hardiman pull a massive short side step slide. That's fantastic. I mean, great effort there from the saver. But, again, at this end, it's a game of inches. And a lot of these scores are smart, really good. Great to see Nottingham get one back there.
They'd love a couple more before the break. Still plenty of time. 8 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah.
But that's a nice ball inside, thankfully,
and I'll tell you what,
Hoods. Called back.
And here's a good momentum change. So you've just had a penalty, a score, and now you've held Scorps out and won your own penalty. So big momentum shift there in terms of that last sort of 2-minute block. So let's see if Nottingham can capitalise on this.
Lovely drive from Powell and Hobson. And then a wide ball, well taken, under a bit of pressure from Oxford.
Yeah.
And they're up over halfway.
Here we go. Come on, speed out the box. Is that fourth into fifth? Let's see who we've got. It's that danger man, Sam Dixon, coming out from half.
Lovely take right from Dixon. You know it's a final because the caps come off, whipping it to the short side towards the box. But they weren't set there. Oxford was just coming inside, having just played half.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good game. 12.5 minutes in.
I can't believe that it's 5-1. It certainly hasn't had that run of things, but this, as you said, could be the turning point.
I mean, that last 2 minutes, it definitely felt like Nottingham have now got that window of opportunity, and that's like a normal game. You get sort of ups and downs and ebbs and flows, and I feel like now Nottingham have got real good chance to capitalise.
Lewis, Dixon, there's 2 over, but he keeps a hold of it this time.
That's again, so they've moved to a sweeper platform with Sam Dixon here, getting him into the game.
Here's Lewis, no touch as of yet. Finally, Dixon looks to draw a penalty. Referee waves play on. Lewis, Dixon has Rigby to his right, steps back inside and goes again. Unbelievable.
I mean, sometimes if you've got a hot hand, you feed him the ball, and that's exactly what Sam Dixon's got at the moment. Look at this footwork. I mean, sent round on the sweeper, good patience. And here, big white whack off the right. And that, I tell you what, for a tall lad, he gets down quick, doesn't he?
Sam Dixon has 2 in the final, and Nottingham are on the comeback already. They still trail, but that 5-try deficit has been cut to 3.
And I'll tell you what, in a long game, in a 40-minute game, it's not unachievable from 5 down.
Well, the Scorpions will be hoping to repeat some of the defensive prowess of the women's side. But this could be another. What an offload! Oh, they just weren't expecting it.
And I'll tell you what, it's a sigh of relief from the Nottingham box, but as a Scorps fan, you were thinking, oh, that's a pretty big piece of magic there, and that would have been an interesting thing to see if you would have blocked the momentum, but geez, what a piece of skill.
Harry Richards is already celebrating, and then the late release from James O'Donnell caught everyone out, and that ball has gone to ground. Desperate for a penalty, Nottingham, but they're not going to get it.
No, and here we go. What a game. What an opening 15 minutes. It's such a, again, I know it's probably scoreline doesn't quite reflect it, but it's end-to-end, it's smart touch. Scorps have taken a lot of opportunities in the first 10 minutes. Nottingham have really fought their way back in. They've kind of won the momentum back, but I feel we're in a bit of balance now to see what happens. Who breaks first? Who's going to kind of give that penalty, let the score in? Who's going to inject the pace? I feel like the speed of the game has probably dropped just a little bit. I don't know if that's tactical, but we'll see as Scorpions send this link sweep around as they go against the grain.
Weston steps around one, opens it up.
Sure. Oh, refs are coming back for a penalty. I'm not quite sure what for.
Well, Lewis Partridge thought he was away for the opening try of the game in his role as a winger, but instead it's a penalty and great hands to keep it alive from Clark Hobson.
That is good. Well done, Clarkey. I think there's a lot of pressure here coming in the midfield from Scorpions, but again, interesting. Scorpions seem to have run that sweeper. That is terrible for me.
Oh, pass is wide. Yeah. Target.
See, a lot of Nottingham's attack. It's interesting because out of the box, it tends to all kind of be right to left at the moment from Nottingham. Same thing off the splitter platforms. So I don't know whether Scorps have kind of picked up on that, and they've got Harry Richards out there looking to release. They've had obviously good success with Sam Dixon. Scorps are getting a lot of success against the grain, sending the link sweeper around, picking up. So again, it's an interesting to see who's going to make that next change, who's going to blink, who's going to change their game plan, who's going to execute better as Scorps.
Here come the substitutes for Scorpions, and they are in a dangerous area here. But they're just running out of touches there. Good defence in the end for the Nottingham Herds.
Yep, good holding. Interesting, Scorps have gone to a passive there, sort of left to right. I don't know whether that's a read in the box. But again, a slight change in shape as Nottingham really go away from their own box. So again, clearly a tactic that Nottingham are trying to do to stop Scorps from shooting so compressed. They want to widen the field, try and pass around. And as third touch comes, it's gone well for them in this set.
Finally, they head towards the box, but it's a good lunging run to get some momentum, and there's great pace coming round the corner. Simon with a fantastic pickup, ball on the inside, and another. This could be it. Oh, what pace are getting across from the Scorpions.
What a
unbelievable from Harry Richards.
I tell you what, I was just about to praise Ollie Simon on the pickup here, because that into the pass, that's really good. And you're thinking there's no way he can't, but Harry Richards, shout out to you, my friend. That is a hell of a recovery.
Tom Pollard denied a try in the final, and the Hoods still trail by 2.
Oh, and this could be a big moment here.
That's a huge turnover. Gallagher's got ball in hand.
Again, in terms of the big game, 3 minutes to go. If Nottingham can claw one back now, a deficit of 2 is...
Another turnover.
Again, you just want to see that kind of like... Again, from the coaching box, you want to get down to the 7 and ask some questions, apply more pressure, build that momentum. As I said, a deficit of 2 at half-time is absolutely possible. 3 is still possible. But that just gives a window of opportunity for Scorps to try and assert themselves from territory here, getting down to the try line and potentially having a sniff of another score.
O'Sullivan, Hardiman. O'Sullivan again, Thompson to his left.
Here we go. So they've changed to a 32 with a Rooster.
Thompson, little shot and go from Hardiman. Looks to go all the way, but up goes the hand from Mellor. Big
call on the short side. Oh, God, why do I talk so badly? Will Mellor coming in on the short side, trying to shut that one off.
And that's a penalty. And it's in favour of Nottingham, so maybe one last chance before the break to get down the other end and close this deficit further.
It's good. I feel, again, in terms of the last kind of like 10-15 minutes, it's been really good. I feel Scorps came out the blocks real quick here, but Nottingham really seems to have picked up some momentum, and you see that with more penalties, a few more shots on the line. They picked up the last 2 scores. Scorps haven't scored in the last, 12 minutes?
Indeed, so here we go. Swinging Nottingham's way. Here's Powell. Wants Dixon on the switch, finds Hodgson instead.
Tom Hardiman just trying to be a little bit cheeky there, see if he can disrupt the roll ball.
Hobson
Here we go. They're looking to also go to the link sweeper platform.
Sam Dean, Powell, Hobson. There's men over on the left, but Hobson looks to go himself.
Oh, has he got it?
Sean O'Sullivan has his hand in the air. But in the end, they're sent back to the 7. One more touch in it.
I'm not going to lie, I was just going to have a go at Clarkey for stepping back a bit too early, but geez, he gets down well.
Hobson is ushered out of play. Good defence from the Scorpions. Liam Halpenny gets the final touch. And before the break, they've just got to keep a hold here, the Scorpions, and they'll go in 5-2 ahead.
I feel it's
Oh, that's an error.
Yeah.
But the penalty has gone the way of the Scorpions.
Yeah, if you rewind that, I think that did come off the foot of the Nottingham player, but we've just got another 10 with chat here. This is, again, 1 minute to go. This is where you don't want to concede. This is where you want to be squeaky clean. You want to go in wherever the situation is. Those ones just before half-time always kill you in the box. And I'll tell you what, picking one up just before half-time is one of the best feelings.
The Scorpions have gone from seeing out the half to maybe stretching further in front.
Here we go, 30 seconds to go. A couple of touches in the sleeve. What are we doing here?
Weston goes himself. Given.
Oh.
What a time to score. Both Westons up in the attack. James and Alex, but it's Alex Weston who crashes over for his second try of this final.
Here we go, Quickie with a little wraparound circle ball, we call it. Turns the short side into the open side. And I'll tell you what, Alex Weston, you're playing well, my friend. Or is that James Weston? It's hard to tell.
Well, the Westons have made a big impact on this final. Doesn't matter which one at the end of the day.
But yeah, that's a tough score. Again, Nottingham really fought back well there. For that last 10-15 minutes, I really felt they had the momentum, really coming through, winning the penalty. Sam Dixon getting down low, picking up 2 scores. But that one's just a bit of a stinger. 4-point deficit at half-time is going to be a tough one to come out second half.
The Nottingham Hoods have come down from 5-0 to shorten the gap to 6-2. But what a performance it was.
It's great. I feel, again, big summary. Scorps came out flying. Nottingham came back hitting. Probably didn't get the same conversion, and Scorps picked one up late end. Interesting to, again, would love to be in the boxes kind of seeing, what are you doing? Because if you're in the Scorps box, you're probably going, don't panic, more of the same. Feel like we're getting some success on the link sweepers. I really can't speak today. Coming against the grain. If you're Nottingham box, I feel like give the ball to Dicko. Get them finding the line. Ollie Simon looked threatening coming out the box. There's real big moments there, and maybe it's just one of those periods where sometimes it just doesn't stick. So you got to figure out what's going to make it stick.
Scorpions are chasing a Division 1 double here in our final game of the day at Old Leamingtonians Rugby Club. At the moment, the Scorpions are up by 6-2 against the Nottingham Hoods.
So if you see them, sweeper, watch the ball, Rather than keeping an eye on your players, it's who's in your opposite position. Because it's quite, including me, I will follow the player rather than the position. So if they swap, I'm swapping the player I'm marking. 1, 2, 3. Yes!
So just come up, if you're worried about being run round, come up and force them to do things. And then that way they won't be able to get all that space.
Up, Sarah, get Brad, up, get nose on your toes.
Get up! Take the space! Take the space!
Work hard and flex. Get onside early, have it turn around, okay? Right, quickly, stay tight, push out, okay? Put a smile on your face, enjoy yourselves, yeah? It's a big game. Let's get it, yeah?
Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Took the midnight train going
No, sport mode. That's how much I care about the threes. Even got them in sport mode.
We need to make sure that we're working on staying tight in D, and then when we're up there, we need to be a bit more organised. So 32 shorts, doing the quickies. I realise the camera's on me, so I'm trying to keep talking.
We're keeping them in their half really well, so keep working hard because they're taking 4 touches, 5 touches, get to the line.
The last 2 scores have been exactly the same move. So just as soon as half gets hands on ball, eyes up, we've got to shut them down enough.
The other impact that it has is that you don't have an impact on the game because you're so far back, they can't hear you.
If you're on or behind the line,
Yes, let's go, guys. Now win it.
It all starts in the middle, okay? If we work hard, the links don't have to step up, okay? Yeah. Ready? Let's go.
Hands in. Come on, Ems.
Tight! Eyes up, Dragon! Pressure!
Cheers to Bristol! Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! One for the ref! Hip hip! One for us! Woo! Act really casual.
Manager, ice cream before we even play. Let's go. Lou. Lou? Yeah, her name's Anna. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
He passed the ball. Why did he pass the ball? Pass the ball to him.
20 minutes left to play in this monumental final. The London Scorpions have already claimed the Division 1 title in the women's competition in a nail-biter against the Nottingham Hoods. And this one could still go either way. Victorious coach of that London Scorpions women's side, Dom Tripp, alongside me for this one. Well, momentum swung Nottingham's way in that second half, but that score before the break, crucial for the Scorpions.
Yeah, credit where credit's due. Alex Weston has really pulled that one out the bag, and that score just before half-time does so much for your half-time team talk. It feels like a bit of, not a cheap one, but a free one, because you're going in, and obviously that's 1 extra to get back, 2 extra to get on top. But I'm really excited to see what we're doing off tap-off here, because the coach has just had an opportunity to make some changes. They've injected a lot of pace. Sam Dixon sweeping around the back into what looks like a bit of a duster play is what I'd call it, but it's into a splitter.
This is a chance already. Interception. Here we go. Simon misses the touch, and now it's a foot race. Dixon's in pursuit, but I think they're going to go all the way. Charlie Thompson scores for the Scorpions.
That is, I'll tell you what, in the sports box, that's exactly what you want from the Nottingham box. I don't think it's a bad option at all, but geez, Charlie got in the lane well there.
Well, it is the Scorpions in their grey and green, now playing from left to right, and they've gone the full length left to right already. Nottingham in that vibrant green and black shorts, on defensive duty straight away, but caught out.
Oh, the horse opening up the stride there, fantastic.
Thompson is the scorer. Scorpions in control in this final.
I tell you what, yeah, you don't want to call it too early, but 7-2, 5-point deficit. This is kind of where we got to at the start of the first half as Nottingham looked to go against the grain, but Nottingham Scorps just kind of chilling in their defence, showing shape a little bit with Mark as they look to attack the links, come back open side, goes
whips
long.
It wide. How wide?
Pass.
What a take by Oxford.
Great response, great response. I love the fact that they've moved it to the right, big pump, go against the grain. What a pass.
Rigby goes coast to coast. What a throw. And a fantastic take as well.
Great finish. I feel people underestimate how hard it is to finish when you've got that pressure on you, but that is the response that you want from Nottingham. Neutralises that interception. And here we go, Scorps come back to see if they can get one back on the board.
It's a 4-point game again, but it's Weston on the offensive. Oh, it's good to see he's back on the field, James O'Donnell, and he's absolutely tearing his way through. What a start to the second half.
Gee, to tell you what, it's Sam Dixon, James O'Donnell both having a very similar football. What a good platform on the 7. Jemmy stands up Clark Hobson. I thought he'd recovered, but geez, what a finish from James O'Donnell.
Well, what head knock, eh? Seems to be doing absolutely fine.
If anything, it's made him better.
Now here goes Simon in response for Nottingham. Gallagher.
Here we go. We're going to see the splitter platform again. No, Tom Hardiman forces out to 32, kind of splitting the mids as we call it, getting one middle between that mid channel. Splitter platform looking like it's coming.
Simon.
Passive shape.
Out the back to Dixon, who can't get around Thompson, but he weaves his way through.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good read there by Charlie Thompson at link as they just changed up that open side option with a passive. But I think the ref is calling Charlie off, I think. So we're going back for 6 again off the penalty.
They have to score from here.
Yeah, you're really starting to think here we need to start dialing it up into the passive shape,
Simon
going over the top.
Looks for the winger again, but racing across to make another try-saving touch. It's Harry Richards.
Great release, but again, Ollie Simon, he's a threat at the ground and he's got a ball on him. I mean, those players are hard to defend.
Dixon in close quarters, phasing through. He finds the pass for Miller.
We're going to go back for a penalty, I think.
Second penalty from the 7-metre mark.
Not sure what for. See if we can get a hand signal or something. But it's a 4-sub, potentially holding. Not sure.
Well,
but
this is a
6 on 5,
huge opportunity.
This is big for Nottingham. You kind of want to get a strike. It's good from Scorps just to delay that play. Shift everyone in, moves the winger into link.
They want touch and pass, but Gallagher will still play with it. Gallagher, just taking on.
Oh, is this going to be a third
Sean
penalty?
O'Sullivan, I think they're going to lose a man here.
Yeah, 3 on the line. That'll be down to 5, surely. There goes Tom Hardiman. So, tactics, very interesting here. What do? Do you get Sean O'Sullivan as your middle to not make the touch? Your links have got to work really hard. Interesting to see how Nottingham approach this. So, immediately centralise it. Go against
Simon,
the grain.
he's
half
behind
play.
the try line again. Slitching back inside. Interception.
Oh.
This time, the Scorpions are denied, but a second interception.
Interesting to get a half play on that. I'd love to have seen him pick up and rip long, get someone live going at the line. But that really gives Scorps the opportunity to kind of like stick 1-2 as they go back up to a full contingent of 6 onto 5th.
They do not waste any time in transitioning. Moriyama.
Surely you want to see a live play, which is into Alex Weston.
Great footwork. He needs support. Oh, it goes down.
He was through. Should have kept going there. Again, that danger play. I tell you what, Alex Weston has got a hot hand at the moment. It's great to see Shintaro playing off him so well.
Well, how did Nottingham recover from that? 3 penalties from 7 metres and they couldn't convert. And all of a sudden, they are up against it. Taken in by Oxford. Nice little switch. Oh, ball back inside. What a take by Oxford. Could have been devastating to lose possession here. Instead, it's carried on by Whitehead.
Here we go, 5th. Again, you've got to shout out. I'll tell you what, that midfield defence, you've got 5th in your own half. It's tricky to create something from that. And there where we see like the territory game playing almost between the Scorps 10 and the Nottingham try line. If you're Nottingham, you need something to kind of break that. You need a set. You need a play. Tease out a penalty. Something just to go get a sniff at the line. But at the moment, Scorps seem like they're going to have another play where they might be getting close to that 7 there.
This is another chance with a touch in the pocket. There's space out to the left, but they'll go short themselves. Is that a second score for James O'Donnell?
Jeez, that's good. Look at this. And again, you get to the 7, out the box, you earn the right to do a live play. I mean, a live play is not a half. Jimmy can score, gets the ball, big pump, bang. The speed to get that down is just world class.
O'Donnell with his second try in the second half. And have they taken the game beyond the Nottingham Hoods? They were inches from the line on a few occasions, but it's now 9-3. Still 15 minutes in the game, Tom, but that is a big score.
That is. Again, interesting here. It's just another mistake, and it sounds bizarre to say, but I don't think there's much between these two sides at all. I just think Scorps has had a really clinical approach to their line attack. Not approach, just they've been able to convert. They've got to the 7, and there's just been a few errors starting to creep into this Nottingham team. As Scorps get another opportunity to go down and bring something out on the line. 5th and final, Alex Weston picking up, but that's a loss of control by Mark Aldous there.
I don't think they'll be too fussed at the moment. They've got a 6-try lead. 26.5 minutes gone in this Division 1 Cup final. It's a good carry. Nottingham maybe will carve out at least one strike from this transition.
Here we go. We wanted Sam Dixon bring a bit of speed out the box just there. That's an opportunity where, again, potentially slowing the game down because they don't really have the shape, but
what a ball from Dixon. Gallagher's away, but what a touch at the very last from Moriyama.
What a passive shape. That passive shape, Sam Dixon sending with the eyes, hitting front door. That is a fantastic attack, but geez, what a recovery by Shintaro. And again, just good speed of roll. This is great to watch. I tell you what.
Almost right off field, but put back inside for Weston.
Here we go, 5th coming. You got Jimmy O'Donnell as the danger man as they do a little
Here
fly
is O'Donnell, shows and goes, but Dixon catches him.
Had the 3-on-2, it's a good shape. 5th and final, what are we doing here? Late
switch for O'Donnell, looks to flick it on, but it goes to ground.
Yeah, well read there by Ollie Simon in the 5th play. It's good shapes. Both teams looking dangerous in their attack.
The clock is ticking for Nottingham. They worked their way up the other end very well just a few moments ago, but Simon caught in midfield.
13 minutes to go, down by a few. I tell you what, this is in the territory where you're rolling the dice. I'd love to see a few trick plays, something a little bit fancy, something where you've got to go, you know what have we got to lose at this point? So going away, coming up with something a little bit fancy. Nottingham, a really good training side.
Good pick up from Edwards, and finally a bit of space for Nottingham.
Yeah, getting into that.
An up front touch.
Bumpers up.
And that's the turnover as well.
Here we go again. It's good midfield pressure. And here we go. They are bringing a lot of pressure in the midfield, which is great. The Scorpions are looking to interchange. I think that might be a 6 again, but I'm not sure if that's been called.
Well, they're just waving play on for now.
Play on, here we are. So 4th into 5th. I tell you what, the only massive difference I'm seeing out the box at the moment is Scorp seem to be just bringing a little bit of speed coming out the box. and really attacking that mid-channel. I feel like Nottingham are kind of slowing up, getting their passive shape. And it's great to see two different styles of play, but I feel Nottingham are really applying good midfield pressure. I'd love to see them bring a bit of pace out the box.
Weston, Hardiman looked for O'Sullivan, but Edwards races out to make the touch.
Good read there from Theo at length, but again, it's a good call. It's asking good questions. James Weston, switch play into
Hardiman's
hold.
through! And that's the double points up for the Scorpions. 10 tries on the board. And is that the score that takes it just beyond the hoods?
Jesus, 10 tries with 10 minutes to go. Little hitch kick, switch play. You really want to see Nottingham like coming up and compressed there on 5th play. Feel like they've done so well. Great hold from Tom Hardiman and a good finish there. But yeah, those again, a little bit of a coach crew in the box on a dead 5th play.
How important are these 6 touches from halfway, Tom?
Yeah, I feel like Nottingham, this is rolling the dice. I want to see something awesome here. I want to see something like here. Who's going to put their hand up? Well, you got Clarkey, Sam Dixon. He's been a dangerous
shapes
player.
To go himself. Caught by Moriyama.
Good shape. You've almost got a collapsing open side off that. Like we're thinking of can you do in your QB plays, giving it back to the half.
Mellor.
There's opportunity here. Good
Mellor gets it back again.
And
that's the Hail Mary. Dixon taps it on, but forward.
Yeah. It's good defence. You've got to say, credit where credit's due. Scorpions are really starting to nullify some of that Nottingham attack, but they're getting good shapes. I just feel like they're putting the handbrake on. It's like, go, attack. Sam Dixon is a dangerous player. You go through, go 100 miles an hour. Right, you've got nothing to lose here. Scorpions look to change up their driving as they take the ball away from the box on 2nd, and they get a lot of yards for it and a lot of success.
That's caught Nottingham out a little bit there.
And you've got Jimmy O'Donnell with fresh legs coming on the box, and they've won a penalty.
Well, that's a big penalty, Dom.
It's big. I tell you what, I don't know whether that's a little bit of experience coming out of the Scorpions sub-box here where you go, you know what, we've got a little bit more control of this game. We're going to move the point of attack. We're going to suggest that Nottingham are putting a lot of their risk protection around the Scorpions box on 2nd and 3rd. Try and exploit that. Still manage to get some fresh legs on. And you've got Jimmy O'Donnell. What a strike player. What a game he's had. As he's coming around on a link sweeper against Sam Dixon.
Here is O'Donnell. Oh, he beats him on the inside.
That is very good to watch.
11 for the Scorpions.
Again, asking good questions. You're kind of like standing still on the 7. Jimmy comes round and you can't give him that space. That is an excellent finish.
Second half at the moment, it's 5-1 to the Scorpions.
Jeez, yeah, this gets to... Yeah, I mean, I'm always the optimist. I'm still thinking if I'm in Nottingham's box, I'm like, let's go. Let's absolutely dial this up. Let's go throw some shape. Let's throw something as we're looking like they go into that switch. I'm thinking they're trying to get for that splitter play for Ollie Simon. He's the danger man, number 95, on the ball now.
Here is Simon.
Here we go. Come on, Ollie.
Whitehead.
That's a nice little change of possession, but there, I feel like they need the strike dump. Scorpions have just delayed.
Edwards.
Just a bit.
Caught.
Scorps have just managed to delay that roll ball, managed to get their connection. And again, I think at this stage of the game, you know, the Quickies step back. I think I'd love to see them getting a little bit more expansive. The whole one option is potentially on as well. Scorpions seem to be sitting. But it's easy to play from up here.
It's a great transition from the Scorpions.
Yeah.
Moriyama making good yards, puts it back on the inside as well. Good pickup. Weston, oh, he dummies one and then finds the switch. Oh, show and go almost all the way through.
Bodies in motion is hard to defend. I think that's a really good read there from Ollie Simon, causing a little bit of chaos, I guess, from saver positions having to dive, but this is good to watch.
This could be the game. Well and truly.
You've got
Moriyama lays it back. Sliding for the line, up goes the hand of Gallagher.
What's the call here? Second penalty on the line.
This is the Scorpions really hammering it home.
Here we go. You got, yeah.
Moriyama hands it off. McMahon.
Dangerous line threats here.
McMahon again. Moriyama over the top. What a pass! Second try in the final for the Scorpions, 77.
That is good. I was just about to say, you got to watch out for him. Phenomenal line threat, but that is the composure to see the sinker pass. That's a hard skill to do at this speed. Bang, looking like you're going to go long. Your hand position changes, and that is a hard thing to read. What a play by Shintaro. What a smile. He is smiling. He deserves to smile on that one.
12-3. It has been a second half of complete performances by the Scorpions, but that first half as well, going in 6-2 with a try right before the break, that really changed the momentum. And then that Charlie Thompson intercept might be a score on the board here.
Good score, good to get one back.
Joseph Banks, hat-trick in the semi-final. Try in the big dance, but it might be too little too late.
Good on you, Banksy lad. Hat-trick in the final is a great thing to have. Let's just have a look at this. Here we go. So, out. Seems like a bit of a dead play here. I think there's potentially just taking on a little bit too much risk, getting caught on your heels on an edge there. But that's a great pass into space and a good finish with not much space to work with. Fair play.
First try of the game, and
I thought he said he got a hat-trick.
Hat-trick in the semi-final.
Oh, fine.
I'm afraid, in that 15-2 win against the Bristol... the 9-6 victory in the end it was. What soft hands there. I think Dixon's got involved.
Love this little play. So hole 1 still hits, but the link hole really switches round the back, and it's a nice option to create that 3-on-2 back on the short side. Good from Nottingham to get a hand in the lane, because I think Scorps have the extra player there.
O'Sullivan takes the touch. Good pickup. Hardiman looking for it. Turned away by Nottingham this time.
Recent addition to his family. He's freshly a father, so congratulations, Mr. Hardiman, but you can't tell. He's moving well.
Dipping inside and out. What a ball! And I think a wonderful finish by Lewis Partridge. Oh,
ooh,
no.
I'd love to see a replay on that. I reckon he got that down. I mean, obviously it's not our call, and it's easy to be an armchair coach from up in the skies, but...
He certainly has. Clattered over the,
here we go.
the pitch line marker. Well, that right elbow hit the turf.
Love that.
Almost at the same time. I don't think it will make a huge difference in the grand scheme of things.
Nah. I also just love the fact it's like, yeah, cool play on. Happy days. We don't need to spend 10 minutes looking at a video replay. Good tap
soft hands from Simon.
Now attack, now attack. Now you want to see Nottingham going direct, injecting that pace.
Here is Simon.
Here we go. Get the ball down and go.
Dixon
32.
just drifting forward.
Got a big open side here.
Gallagher. Oh, it's picked off.
I'll tell you what, having someone who's 6'9" in the lane as that link is a handy thing for the defensive team, but I'm not quite sure.
I think it's possibly a penalty advantage they were playing with.
Fair enough.
Penalty. Thompson penalised. Gallagher looking to stand over it.
Here we go. Again, Ollie Simon, dangerous player. Love to see what he creates here. Hard to control the game outlet link, but he's on that splitter play.
Simon, switch for Gallagher, puts it down.
Love that. Love that little change up with hole 1 switching back to the short side. Very similar to what the Scorps just ran in terms of principle. So both teams seem to go a little bit more man-on in their defensive system. Both teams have read it, looking to switch back to the short side. Again, it's good. It's really good touch. For a top-end Div 1 final, it is promising good touch.
6-2 at half-time, but 12-4 at this stage. It's been pretty even running, really, but I don't think that's how it's felt, Dom. That first half really felt a little bit more even than this second half, where the Scorpions have really been in control.
They have, and credit where credit's due. That defensive system is just, there's lots of subtleties happening there where they're just disrupting the strike dump a little bit. They're just buying a little bit of time to get connected, and just haven't looked as under pressure as they did in the first half. I think Nottingham were asking more questions in the first half. Some of the attacking change-ups have been great. As we got Jake coming off here, back to the short side, hole 1, big hole.
What a ball! Over goes Jacob Whitehead.
Oh no!
Oh no! Pulled back for a penalty. When it rains, it pours for Nottingham.
Again, I don't mind it. Again, the way they're playing with the look, fake cues, pumping back to the short side. That stuff is cool. But again, credit where credit's due. That Scorpions defence has really held true.
Well, the defensive record might not be as unbelievable as the women's team, but it's still very strong. And in this final, they've come through. That drop-off victory against Old Wesley, what a turning point for the Scorpions.
Very interesting that how in a coin toss or a single moment can define something, because actually you go in that and you go, if one team's absolutely smoked the semi-final, that's a lovely play.
Oriyama shows and goes.
Yeah, one team smokes the semi-final, the other one's in a drop-off. You're going, well, fresh legs, you know, a bit of confidence, but fair play. Scorps to really turn this around.
High press from the Scorpions. They do force the touch on Dean. Little punt from Lewis.
Again, it's expansive driving, which I like to see, particularly at this point in the game. You want to see them chuck the ball around, ask some questions, force Scorps to not have an aggressive shooting pattern, really try and pass around, because there's options there. That's a 2-on-1 if they can straighten and give. But again, Scorps are just recovering quite well.
Powell is caught on halfway.
Here we go. Now you've got the the experienced heads of Clark Hobson, Dan Powell, surrounded by, here we go, danger man, Sam Dixon.
Dixon, Powell takes the touch. Quick pickup. Edwards steps on the outside, flicks it through. The no-look pass looking for Powell. You've got to try those kind of things when you're this far behind, Dom.
Yeah, give it a go. As we approach the last minute, that's the kind of magic you need to be trying to kind of, I don't know, force something different.
Well, in these final moments of a final that is going to go the Scorpions' way, your reflections on this game. And it's been an interesting one. First half felt more even than the second, even if the scores have been exactly the same.
Yeah, it's been, again, I think a good game of men's touch here. You've got an attritional game. It's pretty much end-to-end. There's a good level of physicality. I think Scorps have probably been a bit more clinical in their execution on the line. Probably a few more mistakes coming in from Nottingham, which have probably cost them at key moments. Although I love the attitude to wrestle back, and maybe sort of a 8 to 10 minute period in the second half where Nottingham looked like they kind of had the wind taken out of their sails, and they've come back swinging in the last few minutes, but I think it's probably a little bit too little too late.
Gallagher still playing with 20 seconds to go. Can Nottingham have the final say? Mellor lays it back. Simon, long ball over the top, dotted down.
Great score
by Joseph Banks.
What I love about this is the speed going into it. There's bodies in motion, switch, bang, up. Here we go. Little shape, Ollie Simon. I'll tell you what, if this goes to the Olympics in 2032 and Ollie Simon's not there, I'm not quite sure how I finished that on, but yeah, he is the future. That should be his nickname.
But the buzzer has gone, and the result has not been in doubt for a while, because the London Scorpions have done the double. They are domestic champions in Division 1 in both the men's and women's competition. Nottingham, the national bridesmaids on both occasions, but they are very much the future with two talented young sides. But what a tournament it's been. In the end, the Scorpions will head back to the capital with both trophies in hand. And well, not just a great final here, but a great women's final as well. London Scorpions, from what we've seen, deserve both titles.
Yeah, I feel like the club's in a really good space, to be fair, and credit where credit is due. There's a lot of people who do work behind the scenes. It's the same at Nottingham, though, so I feel like yesterday Scorpions have had the rub of the green in both the men's and the women's, and there's some brilliant touch on display. But I think the thing to really highlight is just what an amazing place Nottingham as a club are in. The amount of juniors, the youth, the development, it's outstanding, and Scorpions are blessed to have a lot of international experience, and credit where credit's due as well to them. Played very well, both in the women's and the men's, but Jesus, this Nottingham team is on the up.
Well, Tom, before we send you off to celebrate, your final thoughts on a tantalising day of touch and how the Nationals have run both last week and this week as well.
Awesome, absolutely awesome. The growth, the game, the speed, just the quality. Every year, it's easy to say it gets better and better, but I tell you what, in a year after World Cup, you almost expect a bit of a dip, but I feel like it's gone the complete opposite, and the club game, the Nationals game, in terms of regional teams, is just taken a big step forward, and that is so exciting to see when we're so far out from the next World Cup. Yeah, so exciting.
Dom, thanks so much for being with us for the final, and we'll leave you to celebrate with your victorious Scorpions in both the men's and women's competition. What an achievement.
Thank you.
Well, that will bring an end to our coverage live here from Old Leamingtonians Rugby Club with Next Gen 15. It's been a long old day of touch rugby. We are back tomorrow for Division 3 pool stages and knockouts. It'll be another outstanding day of touch. And in the future, looking ahead, if you aren't joining us for Div 3 tomorrow, it is the schools' national finals coming up, and then in Ireland it will be the Youth Atlantic Cup. So there is so much still to come across the touch landscape. But here on pitch 1, the London Scorpions are victorious against the Nottingham Hoods for the second time in the second final in a row. I've been Wilfred Kemsley. Thank you for listening throughout the afternoon and this morning. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock for our first game here at Old Leamingtonians. Bye for now.